In a world being threatened by sociological, ecological, political, and economic failure, it's difficult to see the outcome as anything more than hopeless. Most of society see these obstacles as too hard to correct, so they neglect the problem altogether. Or, some people believe that we should leave our fate in the hands of God to save ourselves from ourselves. On the contrary, this is a situation we've gotten ourselves into by destroying the earth that provides for us, and it is our responsibility to finally take care of this precious earth that has wholeheartedly taken care of us. It is because of activists like Joanna Macy that many of us are starting to see the silver lining, starting to see the potential for living in harmony with all other living organisms on the planet. It's not too late. Many believers say that we have reached the end of the industrial growth society and we're now entering a new sort of revolution, coined the Great Turning. The idea behind the Great Turning is best expressed in Macy's own words. The most remarkable feature of this historical movement on Earth is not that we are on the way to destroying the world. We've actually been on the way for quite some time now. It is that we are waking up from a millennia-long sleep to a whole new relationship to our world, to ourselves and each other. Macy breaks down the dimensions of the Great Turning into 3 steps towards creating a stable, globalized world to live in. We must do this as a direct action. On a political, legislative, and legal level, work required to reduce the destruction such as blockades, boycotts, civil disobedience, and other forms of refusal. By documenting the ecological and health effects inflicted by the industrial growth of society, we are giving ourselves a way to see the destruction that we have done. Macy suggests protesting the World Trade Organization that endangers our ecosystems and weakens our economic integrity. We must take a firm fist in regulating illegal and unethical corporate practices such as pollution and dumping. On the contrary, some people say that this interferes with the importance of our free enterprise system. But we must then ask ourselves, if we continue destroying our planet at this pace, will we even have a free enterprise system to maintain? The preservation of our planet is in global interest, not just in human interest. We can also pursue this task by taking direct action on places of ecological destruction, such as protesting the cutting down of our valuable forests or dumping nuclear waste into our precious land. By making this effort, it will buy time and it will also save valuable lives, ecosystems, species, and cultures. But it will not solve the problem completely. We must persist in finding better, safer solutions. Secondly, Macy suggests that we need to analyze the structural causes and the creation of structural alternatives. What caused the industrial growth society to create obscene wealth for a few, while progressively impoverishing the rest of humanity? A good example is how Americans took advantage of the industrial growth society and our need to live in lavish, while others in the world are living in poverty. Without reaching a hand to those in need, we have taken advantage of living the American dream, without remorse for the path of destruction and the pursuit of this infliction has on the world that we share with everyone. Some initiative that every person can take would be to participate in study groups on the effect of the industrial growth society. Educating ourselves is everything. We must also implement strategies and programs to promote nonviolent, citizen-based defense. As we've all been realizing lately, a reduction in our reliance on fossil and nuclear fuels and conversion to renewable energy sources is a must in prolonging the life of this planet. Macy also suggests collaborative living arrangements such as co-housing and eco-villages. By doing so, we will save resources. Community gardens, consumer cooperatives, community-supported agriculture, watershed restoration, and local currencies are all suggestions to help resolve our issues. Most importantly, to fully overcome these treacherous obstacles as a human race, we need to experience a shift in consciousness. Without integrating these values into our very soul, our attempt to sustain these structural alternatives will surely be in vain. These insights are accelerating into public knowledge as we begin to realize the effects of the human footprint we are leaving on this earth. Some ways we can further accelerate this awareness is the reach that reaches back to ancient indigenous teachings of the world. Macy explains, "The earth is alive. Mind is pervasive. All beings are our relation. This realization changes everything. It changes our perceptions of who we are and what we need, and how we can trustfully act together for a decent, noble future. Deep ecology, a term coined by a Norwegian philosopher, is, in essence, the effort to help decondition us from centuries of culturally induced anthropocenism, a way of regarding humans as the central element of the universe, and to heal our broken relationship with the natural world. The Simple Living movement suggests providing hope that one day we can live in coexistence, giving and receiving from our planet, is tangible. By following Joanna Macy's work and these guidelines she's laid out, it mobilizes our interconnectedness in the web of life and our authority to take action on its behalf, despite rapidly worsening conditions. The solution is out there. We just have to turn a caring heart and a helping hand to the earth that's been taking care of us for millions of years. It's time to return the favor.